Hey guys, it's Luke from Nerdy Geek Talk, the source of all your nerdy geeky needs. And with me always, even though I hate him, is Aramis Prime. And Eric, do you want to know something interesting?
Yeah, sure.
I've been really depressed this week, but you know what it is? I think it's just an awakening of raw, untamed power.
Huh. Maybe some decrepit old guy will want to hold you in the air while you're screaming.
Okay, that we probably could have worded that better.
No, I that was very much intentional.
No, I'm just thinking of like,
Or maybe
what?
Snoke will torch you with the Force. Either could happen.
I'm just thinking of what what John was saying in the group chat.
Uh, Jeez. Yeah. Darth Forge isn't with us this week. He will be back next week. Even
You,
though
you wanna you wanna
he's
tell
dying.
him what he was talking about?
I don't remember. From although he makes a lot of prequel jokes, so I'm
Okay, no,
honestly not sure
no.
which joke you're
So
talking
like
about.
immediately after we watched the trailer, we're texting about it,
Uh
and
huh.
after the scene of Ray and Kylo, he's like, "I want the most graphic sex scene
Oh
possible."
my god. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I want the force powers involved in everything.
Oh my god. Uh no. It's
Force
all
choke has a whole new meaning."
it's a big oh god. It's a big debate over what the heck is even happening between them. I don't think it's going to be a romance period. Like I don't think it's even going to end with a romance even if you think they team up, which I'm certainly thinking and hoping. But we'll get to that. So basically what we're going to discuss is our favorite shot, our favorite line, who is all the dialogue to? Like, what are the possible people that all the different lines in this trailer are directed to? Also, things that you could have missed in the trailer, and then the picture you're going to see for this entire episode because I don't feel like having pictures of all the different things because you've probably watched
You
this trailer a billion times.
copyright
You've watched
infringement.
a billion. You've watched a billion other people analyze this trailer over and over. So that's why we're not going to go super in depth on everything except the dialogue because everyone's been saying like exactly who they think the dialogue is to. We are going to say who we think it's to, but we're going to lay out all the possibilities because almost all these lines, it could be more than one person that they are addressing. Like
Jar Jar
it's
Binks.
not crystal clear. I hate you. But yeah, the last thing we're going to talk about is the image you're seeing on the screen, which is the IMAX display for the movie, which is certainly interesting, but that's at the end. So just bear through this little thing that we're going to do with the trailer. It should be
I
amusing.
suppose I can.
All right, so do you want to go through the dialogue first, or do you want to say our favorite parts?
Favorite parts, because I'm interested to see what yours is.
So my favorite parts, so like specifically, we're going to say favorite shot and favorite line. So I'm going to say
Yeah.
my favorite shot is it's the ending,
Yes,
because it's
Ray.
with Ray and Kylo because that's specifically something I've really wanted to happen. Now it's a little convoluted if it's exactly how it appears or not. We'll get into that a little towards the end of our breakdown because that's the last line. But either way, the whole Kylo, I really liked Kylo in this trailer. Every shot with Kylo, I really liked. I also liked when he smashed his helmet.
Yeah, okay. I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
So you know, like when he's flying in his TIE fighter,
Mm-hmm.
is that like a bandage on his cheek or what?
Yes, that's definitely a bandage. We'll get to that at the line whenever he's wearing that. But
Because I thought it was metal.
nah, it's definitely a space band-aid because he doesn't have that towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, in
Um,
the stars there.
but yeah, I think my favorite shot would have to be specifically Kylo at the end, extending his arm. Favorite line. My favorite line. I'm a little torn between Kylo's line, the "Let the past die, kill it if you have to. That's the only way you'll become what you were meant to be," or "This is not going to go the way you think," which was Luke.
Damn it, that was gonna be mine.
So I'll say that "Let the past die" for Kylo, even though I think really it would be "This is not going to go the way you think." But I'll go with Kylo's because I really liked that little dialogue, especially because he smashes his helmet during it, which I really like. I think that's it. Like I think this is the last movie we're going to see him with that helmet. And you know what? In The Force Awakens, I hated that he took it off and that it was um, that
Yeah,
like
what was
he
in the
stopped
force?
using it and that he wasn't going to have it anymore. But now that he has it back and he destroys it, the whole thing that has to do with him destroying his past, I'm totally cool with it. I like it. I am absolutely fine with that, and I dig that helmet. So you could tell that I think it works definitely story wise enough that even though I like the design of the helmet, I am totally cool with it being done for now.
Okay.
So what are your favorite shots and favorite? What's your favorite shot and favorite line? Even though we
It was
clearly just keep it favorite
surprisingly
line.
surprise. I know this is gonna surprise you, Eric, but one of my favorite shots is like with freaking Finn and Captain Phasma going at it in
Oh
the middle of the
my
explosion.
god! I love whenever he said he how he yells like all the only thing Finn says in this trailer is "Come on!" He yells "Come on!" and slams the thing down on Phasma. That shot was awesome. That's probably my
Yeah, like oh my
second
god,
favorite shot.
she actually does stuff now.
Yes, and I think she's gonna hurt him. Also, I think she has a bionic leg. FYI. I think she has
Ooh,
other enhancements, but I'm pretty sure that she is missing a leg.
that would make
I
sense.
just got the Phasma novel, and there's a
Yeah,
character poster of her, but then there's also her without the armor, and yeah, she's missing a leg.
but is she attractive?
I mean, sure, she's an alien. She's
Oh,
blonde. She looks pretty human-esque. She also looks tall. Not gonna lie. Yeah, but what's
all
your
right.
favorite? Your favorite shot is
Yeah,
Phasma
favorite,
Finn,
favorite.
which is also one of my favorites. This trailer, just to put this out there now, really really well done trailer.
Yeah, this
Really well
actually got
done.
me hyped again.
This is really good. I was already hyped. I don't want to see any more than this. This may have been. I loved it so much. This may have been more than I wanted to see, but not everything is as it seems. So I'm sure that there's still plenty of things they didn't give away.
All
But
right.
really well done trailer. And your
Yeah,
favorite line you said was the Luke line, right?
yeah, because I actually got an idea of what's going on there.
I'm curious who he's talking to, but we'll get to that because we're gonna go in order of the dialogue. So you said favorite line, favorite shot. Okay, so yeah, dialogue. Let's go through all the lines. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's really 8. I counted 2, even though one's the short Finn line and the other's funny. Um, but the first one, which it opens up to, is when I found you, I saw raw, untamed power, and beyond that, something truly special. Who is this directed to?
I mean, I want to assume Kylo.
Yeah, easy answer's Kylo. Somewhat of a stretch, but still definitely possible. Ray.
Yeah, because he could be saying that when he's like torturing her.
Yes, and he also made it clear in the novelization of The Force Awakens, he was mentally communicating with Rey, trying to get her to kill Kylo at the end of the duel, like saying, "Hey, kill him,
Yeah,
hook up
the
with me." So,
the the whole problem with Snoke like talking is like he could just be in someone's head saying that.
yep, exactly. So I'm thinking this is when he's training Kylo, but I'm also I believe more than most people, it is very possible he's saying this to Rey. Everyone's saying, like, nah, probably not. I think that it's a 50-50 shot, for me at least, on who
Yeah, I
he's
think
talking
so.
to. And I think it's fair because I think the two people, this trailer is clearly setting up this movie to be about Kylo and Rey. Last movie was about Rey. Kylo had a story arc in it, but I think it was Rey's movie. I think this is going to be pretty split, maybe even slightly more Kylo in this movie, which I'm
Yay,
very
fan
much okay with.
girls.
I want at least 50-50. I want them to at least be even, but it's clear that both of them are juggernauts from this trailer. That's what we're getting. These are the two new main characters of Star Wars, without a doubt, that are they're the new guys. The old guys they are done for.
They're scared of everything now
Yeah.
and just die randomly.
So something inside me has always been there. Then I was awake and I need help. That was Rey.
Now the
Um,
Force Awakens makes sense.
yeah, really. I mean, she's literally just using the title. I'm almost certain he's saying it. She's saying it to Luke. It's possible she could be saying that to Kylo with the thing that's going on later, but I am almost certain she is saying that to Luke. Also, I think it's during that shot, or maybe it might be during that line. It might be during the next line that Luke gives. She cracks the ground while she's focusing on something else, and Luke's face is priceless. Like, he is shocked. It is really, really good acting.
There's gonna be so many memes.
Like, man, she is so powerful, and he's well aware of it. He's just like, oh god, like,
Of course.
Even Anakin Skywalker didn't do that when he was focusing on something else. Just break all the ground around him. Like that's not something that you just do if you're a normally powered force wielder. She's clearly something freaky powerful. Now, next line is this isn't necessarily. It's clear who he's talking to. Now it's interesting who he could be referring to in the line, though. So I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now. Who? So he's talking to Rey. I think that's unquestionable.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's he talking about?
The two that I've seen that's plausible is Kylo Ren and Darth Vader.
Others, Palpatine.
Really?
Others,
Like,
definitely. I would put Palpatine above Vader.
cause there's a dialogue he has with Yoda where like Yoda's like he's like, oh, don't worry, you will fear him.
That's a
And
very
I
fair
forget.
point, but I wouldn't ever say. I would say that it's more along the lines of if he said Palpatine, because Palpatine is hands down the most powerful Force wielder to ever happen in Star Wars up until now, at least.
He one
Um,
shotted him.
but he Luke tossed away his lightsaber and then got electrocuted nearly to death by the full power of Palpatine's Force lightning. So that may be him saying I wasn't scared, but then I was exposed to how powerful Palpatine was. Because if you research into how powerful Force lightning is, it is a demon. It is
Eric,
bad.
Eric,
What?
Eric. Now we have more freaking data to support that she is Palpatine's granddaughter.
I'm actually that is what a lot of people have been saying is that he's mentioning that and saying that like I've only seen the power once before, maybe that kind of thing. I wouldn't
Now
be
we have that, and she's British.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. Also, people like to say her lightsaber stance, but she doesn't have training with a lightsaber, so I'm not gonna use that as evidence. I wouldn't mind it. I think that he's talking about Kylo though, especially because the shot changes to the Jedi Temple being burned down and Luke coming out of the Luke bursting out of the ground, which is a great shot, by the way. Just want to point that out there with him bursting his hand out of the ground and climbing up and then sitting next to R2D2. That's gonna be
Hey,
sad.
Fred.
I'm curious if we're gonna see all that. I'm curious if we're gonna actually see the purge at all, or if we're literally just gonna see the aftermath of it, or what.
He's gonna kill all the younglings.
I don't know. Interesting thing in the beginning, though, Kylo walking into that cave with flame troopers following him is almost identical to the shot of Anakin entering the Jedi Temple with the 501st, the way it's shot. Almost the
Ooh.
same. So, just a little interesting connection there. But anyways, next line. This is Kylo. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be. Can you think anyone else other
I,
than Rey? That's got to be to Rey,
so
right?
the way I see this going is she's gonna say the whole thing about like I need someone to show me the way, and that's what he's gonna tell her.
I'm
Like
thinking that he says this earlier, but I don't know.
I
I don't
feel
know,
like those two
maybe.
happen around the same time.
I feel like that's a pretty darn teacher thing to say though. Like
Yeah, that's
like
why.
that's a pretty like that's not something that some little punk emo kid from Force Awakens like, join me, I could be your teacher. Like no, that's got a little bit of wisdom to it. Is it dark? Yes. But like he knows what he's talking about. I
It,
he he seems grown up in this movie. I think that is do you disagree with that at all or no? I think that
no,
he is
that's
he
why I think that has to happen at the end, like towards the end of the movie.
mm-hmm. I don't know, but he is clearly not only a threat and an extremely powerful person, but now he is wise, which is something I don't think we're going to be able to say about Rey by the end of this movie, which is fair because no, I'm just saying she hasn't Luke wasn't by the end of Empire Strikes Back. He didn't gain any wisdom till Return of the Jedi. So like I think it's fair to say that about her that she's not going to be like really mature until the end of Return of the Jedi. I'm not saying she's immature, but you know what I mean. Like she's not going to be not going to be like super confident knowing what's going on all the time and everything till Episode 9. Kylo, I think he's got it. I think that his training that he goes through in the beginning and the little bit of a breakdown he had, I think that totally bouncing back on it. He's going to be large and in charge.
Yeah, do you think they're gonna show his training at all?
I think so. I think that's what the shot of him picking up his lightsaber and you see the guards in the background, which, fun fact, you could see the guards in the background in that shot and the shot where Snoke is holding Rey and torturing her. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see him fight the Praetorian guards or whatever.
The red dudes?
Yeah, as that's going to be part of his training. I'm not saying that he's going to kill all of them, but I think that he is going to definitely. We're going to see a fight between him and those guards, with him training immediately after his defeat with Rey.
Like, yeah, I don't know if this was someone being stupid or if it's a real thing. Does he have a double-bladed lightsaber now?
Kylo Ren,
Yeah.
he is the same lightsaber. His lightsaber did
He-
not get destroyed in Force Awakens. People like
like
to think
it
that,
looks
but
like a better version at least though.
I am 99% sure they've pretty much confirmed that his lightsaber did not get destroyed at the end of Force Awakens. I thought it did. It looked like
No,
it.
no.
And
It's
in the comic adaptation, it does. But they've stated that in the movies, no, that's not how it goes down.
no, I don't think it gets destroyed. I just think he might have built a better like a working one, like that doesn't need the exhaust ports.
I don't think so, and we see him use it in the past trailer, remember, and it looks the same wise. So, the
Well,
same in
okay,
that
screw
trailer,
you.
so.
You're just tired and cranky. I can show you the
And thirsty. But so after that, the next line we have is the porg noise. How do you feel
I
about
almost
the
chose that as my favorite line just to be a dick.
How do you feel about the porgs?
I love them.
I actually really like them, and like I usually hate that kind of stuff. I think it's hilarious. I think it's actually like super adorable. I think it's a little sad when you think about it that they said the role of the porgs in this movie is that Chewbacca like takes a couple around with him because they like fill the void of Han's death in his life.
Yeah, I just want to see like porgs running around on Millennium Falcon.
I think that's hilarious, and I like the noise. It's not like stupid, but it's still cute.
Yeah.
It's not like a little high pitched squeal or something like that. Like no, it's like just amusing. So I like that. But after that, the next real line is "We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the first order down." That's Poe Dameron. I thought this line seemed a little weird. Like it didn't flow. I don't know. Like it seemed determined,
Yeah.
and like it's a pep rally speech. It may make more sense in the movie when he's actually like giving the speech, but like, I don't know.
Do you think?
All
Do
the
you
other
think?
lines are so good that it just seemed kind of. Eh.
I'm trying to think when he says it though. Is that like in the middle of like when they're destroying shit, or is it like before they're about to?
I think it's in the battle. I think it's either at the Battle of Crate, which is towards the beginning of the movie, I think, or the middle,
Yeah,
or the final space battle. Either one.
I'm not sure who he's even talking to really.
I don't think it's to any characters that we know. I think it's literally going to be like to fighter pilots. The only person we know that might be present is Leia, maybe, or something. Or maybe he says it to Finn as a little pep talk before he goes on his undercover mission. I don't know.
And then they become gay.
No, I think Finn might hook up with his partner, but you know, we'll see. Because he has a partner on the mission. Next line, this is a short line, is Finn yelling "Come on" whenever he fights Phasma. I love that. I don't know what it is,
Bruh.
but like he just yells "Come on" and just beats down on her with the thing, and it pauses. You can see his reflection on the top of her mask. Oh God, that's gonna be awesome. Also, fun
Okay,
fact, if you didn't realize it, that the place that they're in that's totally burning down everything, that's the factory that Kylo Ren's in, overlooking
Okay.
at the very beginning of the trailer.
Somebody brought up a great point. Why would you choose the only person that the top generals are going to recognize to be undercover?
I think it's because he knows how it works, but honestly, I've thought about this too. I think it's because he knows how the Imperials work. He might know something about this facility. In all fairness, how the only people that are really going to recognize him, I think at least, would be Captain Phasma and Kylo Ren. And Kylo Ren's not going to be just chilling at a factory all the time. He's clearly not going to be there.
Raging, breaking helmets.
See, I didn't take that as like a stupid emo moment though, like where he just flips out and loses his temper. Well, I mean, he does lose his temper, but like it seemed more. I liked it more. I don't know. I can't say how it was literally different, other than like he's not just thrashing around like an idiot. Not that I
even
hated
if
that in The
it's
Force
just a wall.
Awakens. I liked that. I mean, it's more mature. More mature though. It's symbolic too. I think that's why I liked it. It's symbolic him destroying the helmet as well. And plus, not only is that like him flipping out, he doesn't use the lightsaber. Like he causes a massive amount of damage just with his fist. And again, that's because he knows how to use the Force. Clearly, that's an impact. But like, man, that's frightening. Don't want him punching you. But yeah, I think honestly they just don't think that like, oh, I don't think Captain Phasma is just gonna walk by a lowly little lieutenant guy that he is. I don't know. I hope there's a reason because yeah, I don't think it'd make much sense for him to do it unless he had some specific information or knew something about this facility.
Yeah,
Either way.
and it can just be like an offhand comment, like, "Oh, I know how to do this."
Yeah, I think it has something to do with him knowing what he's doing inside the First Order. He either knows something about this facility or he knows something that they need to do inside there. Whatever. Either way, I hope it just makes sense. Next line, possibly the best line. This is not going to go the way you think. Who's this line to?
Ray, I definitely think it's the Ray,
I think
one
it
hundred
could
percent.
be Ray, or I've heard it that it could be Kylo because in the shot of that where he's saying this, he's lying down on the ground in the dark with the rain. This looks like it could be during the attack on Octo, where Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren are just coming and destroying them, especially Rey. So it's possible that he's saying that to Kylo Ren. I think it's more likely he's saying it to Rey, but it's very much possible. The more I've thought about it, the more it is very much possible he's saying that to Kylo too. I don't know though.
Okay, can I just say, like, when he says that, like, do you remember the Godzilla movie that came out a few years ago?
Yeah.
It completely reminds me of like the trailer when he's like, "You guys are hiding something." That's exactly what it sounds like.
That's odd. I just can't think of that at all. I just barely remember that movie, which I'm okay with. But yeah, I really like that line. And it really reminds me of Yoda talking to him in Empire Strikes Back, which in all fairness, that's the only thing that I thought was like seemed very Empire Strikes Back-ish, other than the
Yeah.
battle on Crate with the walkers. That clearly is an Empire Strikes Back nod. But overall, this movie and the story of it, very different. Like Force Awakens was almost a copy and paste of A New Hope plot wise, whether you like to admit it or not. Whether you like the movie or not has nothing to do with it. It is, in terms of plot elements, almost identical to A New Hope. This is going to take the tone of Empire Strikes Back, I think, but like the plot and what's going on, very very different. At least it appears to be. It doesn't look like it's mimicking that story in terms of like how things go down. Maybe the end result will be similar, but I think it's going to end very, very different and set up 9 to be very different from any other trilogy ending we've seen. Um, but we'll get to that. Is there anything? There's no one else he could be saying that to. There's no way he's saying that to Snoke or anything.
He's
So
saying it to the Pogs,
yeah, the Porgs, yeah.
the
He's
Porgs.
like, yeah, this isn't gonna go the way you think, Porgs. If you
Yeah,
follow
like
Chewie, you're gonna die just like
they're just
Han.
they're just like jumping into a pool of water or something.
Next line. Fulfill your destiny. That is Snoke saying it. I think this is undoubtedly to Rey. Some people are saying, oh no, it could totally be to Kylo Ren. I guess, but it looks to me like his mouth is moving to that line as he's holding Rey.
Yeah, that's
So like
like
that's why I think it has to be Rey. I'm not denying that he could say something like that to Kylo, like that it'd be unrealistic for that. But the way the shot's done, no, I'm almost certain he is saying that to Rey as he's holding her.
I see. I feel like the whole problem with all these quotes is like any of them could be repeated to both of them. Like
Yes, that's the
Snoke says
thing.
it to both of them.
Very much so, and I think that's on purpose. I think the whole thing about this movie is setting those two up as they are very much the two main players, and I don't think it's going to play out the way that everyone's expecting.
You think it is?
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. Where one kills the other. That's not how. I don't think that's how it's going to go with this movie trilogy. I don't. I think that the whole point is that they're moving very gray with this movie trilogy, and that leads into the next line because I don't think there's much more to say than that other than Snoke's tempting Rey. Interesting. Okay, one last thing though. she is wearing her new like Jedi robes. That's what you want to call it, her gray robes, which is a different outfit than she has at the beginning of the movie when she arrives in Octo, um, which she is wearing that outfit, not the outfit that she wears towards the end of the movie, but towards the beginning at least, the first half. Whenever she says, "I need someone to show me my place in all this,"
Okay.
and then Kylo looks at her and reaches out his arms. Do you think that moment's faked, or do you think that that is really how that dialogue goes?
Okay, I just looked it up again, and I can't tell what clothes she's wearing.
She is wearing, I am 100% sure she is wearing the training outfit that she has at the beginning of the movie, not the robes she has whenever Snoke's torturing her. I'm not saying that Snoke's torturing her is the end of the movie. You can tell by the way it's raised on her shoulder. It's hard because
Raised.
they're both gray, but that's stupid.
Raised.
Um, but now the whole thing is people are saying the lighting's off. The lighting on her face and lighting on
No,
Kylo's face lines up fine. Everyone's
I
like,
don't
but
know why
there's
anyone.
fire behind Kylo and there isn't behind Rey because he's standing in front of the fire. You idiots! Like I'm not saying that this isn't cut. Like it's
I am
possible.
saying that you're idiots, but
It's possible that it could be cut, but saying that the fire is the only thing that makes it clearly that it's cut, no. She could literally just be standing facing the fire while Kylo is standing back to the fire. Like, one doesn't clearly need the other, and the lighting on their faces matches up. It's possible that she's giving that line to Luke. I see how that's possible. I don't know. I think that it's
no.
this. I think that that scene, whether it's edited together to look like how we're seeing it, and it's really going to be moving the different in the movie, and that she's saying that to Luke. I don't see anyone else that Kylo would be looking at like that and then extending his arm. It's not a forcing like join me and we'll rule the galaxy. It's no like let's do this. Like
Yeah.
it's not a it's not an evil gesture. And everyone's like is he turning Rey to the dark side? No, I think that he's going gray and I think so is she. I don't think that she's going to go like, "Oh yeah, I want to be your evil apprentice." Like that's not how the movie's going to end. Like
No.
I'm going to be
Like
your
his,
evil apprentice. Let's go kill Snoke.
like his face with it, it just looks like he needs her too.
Yeah, they clearly need each other. And do you think now, here's the interesting thing. Who do you think that they're going to team up and fight?
Honestly, I could see them fighting both.
Luke and Snoke?
Like Luke in more of like a philosophical way, and like Snoke in like
A
lethal to
physical.
the death kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Because an interesting thing to note, now we'll move to the thing that you've been looking at the picture the whole time during this video,
Yes.
is
Good
the
segue. Good segue.
is the IMAX image, the IMAX display. This is what it's going to be like in front of the movie theaters whenever you go. On the left, all the good guys in red, with Rey being the one in the center, Luke being the biggest, and like in the background, his face, not wearing a hood. And if you look on the right, it's all the bad guys, very dark black with the red lightsaber of Kylo's going through. Kylo's in the middle. But the big background character is not Snoke. The big background character is Luke with his hood down, so it's black over his eyes.
Bum bum bum. Plot twist.
I don't. People are saying like, is this just an accident? Is this not on purpose? I don't think you can do that on accident. Maybe it is, but no. This is such a huge franchise. Something that important as in advertising for the movie right at the movie theater is not going to put one of the main heroes on the side of the villains as an accident. Especially because it's not like they copy and pasted the image. It's not just Luke from the left put on the right. It is clearly him looking not so nice. I'm not saying that Luke becomes a Sith Lord. No. But what I'm saying is that Luke might not be the best guy throughout the movie. Like we just said, I think that Kylo and Rey, whether that scene looks how it is or not, are going to join forces by the end of the movie. I don't know if they're going to join, if that's going to be the very end of the movie, is like him extending his arm and like her taking it and then they decide to go off on their mission and that's literally like the end where it cuts out, or if they decide like let's work together and then they go fight Snoke and maybe that's whenever Rey's getting tortured and Kylo's injured or something, because like where the heck is Kylo and Luke whenever Snoke's torturing Rey? I don't know. Either way, I just don't. I don't know. Clearly, the Kylo extending his arm is towards the end of the movie because he doesn't have that space band-aid that he's wearing whenever he's in his
Band-Aid.
whenever he's fighting Leia. I don't get why he's wearing that. I mean,
I
I don't
kinda-
hate it. Like it's okay, but like I don't know. I just didn't get the point. Like when you just go in a back to tank for like a couple hours and be like, I'm good.
I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, does he have like some cybernetics in him now?
No, because that's what I was
I thought it
wondering.
was
But
yeah,
he doesn't have it later in the movie.
yeah.
See,
I thought it
that's
was
that's
metal
the
at
thing.
first.
I don't know. Um, but either way, Luke and I mean, do you think Luke dies in this movie
In what way?
physically?
In what way?
Like, do you think he gets killed?
No, no, I don't think he's gonna die.
I think that he's being set up as to be a conflicting viewpoint for Nine, as is Snoke. I don't think Snoke or Luke. I don't. I am sure Snoke is not going to die in this movie. I think Luke will not. Now, the last question on terms of characters, do you think they'll die? Leia.
I want to say she's like they said she's gonna be in the ninth movie.
They intended for her to be in the ninth movie. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen anymore. Her presence is going to be, or lack thereof, is going to be important in the ninth movie. I think it's fairly easy from the events that are going to happen in this movie to change it so she dies, and essentially her presence in the next movie is that everything has to do around her death, or maybe like some last recording she left the Resistance, or she could be a Force ghost because remember she is the literally the daughter of the Chosen One. So whether she's trained or not, she's got some mad Force skills, not skills, power. There's a difference between skills and power. She's got some mad Force power. Um, so like,
Raw, untamed.
does she die? I'm gonna place the bet and say I would say yes because I think it's easier for them to kill her in this movie than in the next movie. I don't think they can kill her in the next movie because you can't kill someone that you don't have around to kill. I think there are scenes in this movie where they could change it so she dies. Do I think that Kylo's going to shoot her in the trailer where we saw in the scene where we saw in the trailer? No.
No.
Could he shoot her and then maybe like she goes into a coma or something and dies later? Who knows? I think he's not going to be able to pull the trigger. Do you think he's going to be
Yeah,
able to pull the
that's.
trigger?
I don't think
And
so.
I think that's going to have to do with him going gray, and along with him smashing the helmet. That's the thing. He's going gray.
I I feel like the thing he says to Ray about like the past, like he's saying that to himself too.
Yes, no, it definitely applies to him. And I think people are all taking that as like he killed Han Solo, now he wants to kill Leia. I think that it does have to do with the fact he killed Han Solo, but also he's trying to kill who he was in that last movie too, which is pretty mature. Look at you go. You're a growing boy. I'm looking forward to Finn versus Phasma a lot more than we talked about, though, because we only kind of went over that a little bit. That is another thing that I'm really excited for, especially Phasma. I hope we see her unmasked, but I won't be too upset if we don't.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be some dialogue between them
Mm-hmm.
because it already looks like an epic fight. But if you get like more of a connection between them, like oh, I remember raising you when you were younger, or like some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Luke and just how he's going to end up. He's the most confusing character right now.
I actually wrote this down a little bit before. Is like the order of events that's gonna happen.
Like, you wrote down what you think is going to happen?
Yeah, this was earlier today, but I've like kind of thought about it since we started talking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's going like it's gonna open up on them like training, right?
Uh-huh.
Then I feel like after she does like she cracks the ground and everything,
Uh-huh.
they go to that tree,
Yeah.
and I feel like then she's gonna get a vision of like the academy being destroyed and everything. Because Star Wars does not do flashbacks.
Well, I think that this movie is going to have something that none of the others have had, by the way. That's been confirmed by the director. So it's possible we could get our first flashback. I don't know. I don't know. I also thought it was interesting that they included the scene where they showed us Luke taking the lightsaber, which I thought was a good call. I don't think that's a huge, like, we've waited 2 years for it. Like, I don't, like, I mean, you have, but, like, I don't think that's what everyone's, like, waiting for, although that will be a good moment. I thought it was fine to show it in the trailer. Do you? I didn't have any objections to that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's holding it out to him at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
So.
we know that he takes it, so, like, I don't think that everyone's like, oh, holy crap, like we saw that, but we were gonna wait years to finally see in the movie theater. We just saw it in the trailer. I don't think that's the most exciting thing.
Right.
I don't know.
And then I they go into the tree thing, and yeah, she's gonna have some kind of vision, I think, like that.
Hmm.
And like they're in a pool or something,
Yeah.
cause she's wet and he's wet, and then that's I feel like she's gonna get a vision like saying like, oh, I need to go fight Kylo, get that vision, or she's gonna know like her friends are in danger, like Empire Strikes Back, and that's when he's gonna be like, this isn't gonna go the way you think it is, because he's
I think he's gonna say that while the Knights of Ren and Kylo are attacking. Whether he says it to Kylo or Rey, I think that's when he's gonna say it. But the only difference is I think that he's gonna say he's not gonna train her whenever she cracks the rock. I think he's going to be like, this is a power I've only seen once. I messed it up before. I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to train you.
that
And
yeah
then,
that's
and I think that, I don't think that I think he's literally going to be like, I'm not going to train you. Like, walks away. And then, oh, hey, Kylo and the Knights of Ren showed up. They're about to kill all of you. And so they're beating down Luke. And he, like, kind of says that to her. And she goes off. I don't know.
no
We don't see if Luke makes it off Octo.
like I'm really confident that he's saying that like strictly her like before the Knights of Ren show up.
I'm thinking after. I don't think he'd say that before she's about to go off on. I think he says that to her as she's going off on a mission. Like I don't think he would say that just like before any actions, like just before the action. I think it has to be during or like after or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like she's like, oh, I want to go fight them, or I want to go help my
I don't
friends.
think that
She's
she wants to
untrained.
go fight him.
She's just raw power.
No, but I know I'm saying that the Knights. I think he's going to say that when the Knights of Ren are there. Like I don't think that it's going to be
Uh,
before the Knights of Ren show up. I think because I think
uh,
it's going to be in
yeah,
a dire emergency. Like I don't think it's going to be like, hey, let's chat about whether we could do this or not. I think it's going to be like, we're dying. I need to leave and go. Just
that's
get out
fair.
of here. So that's why I'm thinking it's like because it seems pretty dire the way he's saying it. Um, yeah, but that's about it because we don't need to dive a whole lot further into it. All I can say is this trailer has me most excited for Kylo.
Yeah, I can
That is
actually.
the character I am most excited for. I've liked him more than other people have so far, but in terms of episode 8, I love him. Like
I love him.
I love him from what we're seeing so far. Like
He can show me the in the Force.
I liked what we saw in Force Awakens, but this is him take it to a whole new level and man, I wanted him to have the title of Sith so he'd feel so
No,
like it'd be
I don't
better and
want
everything. I'm glad. I know he's not going to, and I'm glad that he's not going to. He's going gray,
to.
and I'm very much okay with it. I'm very much
I'm,
liking the direction they're going with it.
I'm looking at the poster right now, and can we acknowledge the fact that there is red and black? There is no white, like in the images.
Part of that's supposed to be the contrast because of the Battle of Crate, where well, I mean it's white and red, but the whole point of the red is that the red smoke on that planet, the dust, is like supposed to contrast so great, so it's supposed to be visually interesting. So that's kind of what they're going for
No,
with.
I mean like the images, because
Oh
like
yeah.
color matters in Star Wars a lot.
Um, I don't think it's red as an evil because all the good guys are red, but I,
Well, Finn's black.
I do find it interesting. I hate you. I do find it interesting. I think it has to do more with the smoke than like everyone's evil, but clearly this movie's gonna have a darker theme to it than the past one. So we'll see. All I can say is that I like The Force Awakens. I am almost 100% sure I'm going to like The Last Jedi better.
Yeah, this could arguably be like my favorite Star Wars
I
movie.
know. I'm excited. I think this could very well be my favorite Star Wars movie because they are taking some of the concept that they're taking some of the ones that I expected them to bring in and was hoping for, and they are. It's just exciting to see that, like the Phasma and Finn fight, but like the Kylo and Rey going gray, and the teaming up. The teaming up is what I did not expect, and we don't know for sure that's going to happen. It could be deceiving. I am very confident it's going to happen, and I very much have wanted that, and I did not think that was going to be something they would do. I didn't think they were going to try to redeem Kylo Ren, whether or not they actually redeem him or not, but him going gray. I didn't expect this direction for his character. I expected him to get more evil, and it'd be more of like Rey's totally going good, Kylo's totally going evil now, and they're gonna face off in 9, and she's gonna kill him. That's not how it's gonna go down.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd pull like a redemption for him off in like one movie.
No, and honestly, I would take him by the end of this movie. I think he's
I would
redeemed.
take him.
I would take him on my team though. Like seriously, I think I would say that he is, by the look of how things go in this trailer, which is tough to say because you can't judge the entire movie off the trailer. I would say that I would be comfortable with him being redeemed by the end of the movie. Would you? All people are
Yeah,
saying
I
that he's
would totally.
everyone's saying he's unredeemable because he killed Han Solo.
Well, we have porgs
Bull.
now. Okay.
Bull. Yeah, the porgs replaced Han Solo. We're good. No, but like Darth Vader did so much worse, and he got redeemed. Everyone's like, but he did it in death, so that's why people are thinking Kylo has to do it in death. Well, guess what? They're trying not to repeat the trilogy, so they don't want to do it the same way, where Kylo redeems himself and dies doing so, because that would just be a literal carbon copy of Return of the Jedi, and they don't want to do that, and I don't want them to do that. I'm glad they're going in a radically different direction, and I'm very excited for it. So, I think that's pretty much all I have.
Let's try this real quick. How do you think the movie's gonna end? Like, just real quick, how do you think it's gonna end?
I think it could end almost not literally with the shot that the trailer ended with, but essentially that event. Like them being like, "All right, let's do this," and that literally being it. Not like them going off and fighting, which could also be it. Like they go off and fight and get their butts kicked by Snoke, and then Episode 9 is them like figuring out what they're doing. Or it could be something with Luke. I don't know. Either way, I don't think it's gonna. I think things are gonna look pretty bad by the end, but I think it may be almost like a glimmer of hope because they're teaming up. I think that both of them are gonna be pretty gray by the end.
And I feel like a way it can end is like Luke goes off to like get the Republic or something on his side. There's Snoke, and there's those two, and it's
And
kind of like,
the
well,
best
who's
thing
really
is,
in the right?
yeah, exactly. The best thing is that like Luke could end up not being such a great guy and not necessarily turning into the villain, but an opposing force. Meanwhile, Snoke is clearly going to be an opposing force, and that the two of them could start their own side. They could win. It's been made very clear that they are both insanely powerful. The two of them on one team, I feel like you almost have to have more than just Snoke for the two of them to fight, because it's been made pretty clear that everyone's terrified of those two because they're both the only thing that could stop the two of them are each other essentially in a one-on-one fight. So what do? You turn them against everyone. So that would be interesting. Not saying that they're going to go kill the resistance,
No, no.
but in terms of like Luke being set up to not be their friend, I don't think Luke's going to be on super friendly terms. I don't think Luke's ever going to be friends with Kylo Ren. Meanwhile, I think Rey is. So I don't think that Rey and Luke are going to be good terms by the end of the movie.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna. He's definitely gonna be on like some kind of opposition to them.
Uh-huh. And I think they're definitely going to be teaming up by the end of the movie. I really hope. We'll see. But yeah. Oh, last mini question. Then we're really done. Um, just this is like yes or no. Do you think Luke uses the lightsaber, the green, not the blue, the green?
Wait, like his own?
Yes.
I mean, I would assume he does.
Like, do you think we'll see it in the movie at all?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so. Part of me thinks not. I don't have necessarily a real reason to give that, but
Oh yeah, and she still has Anakin's, so I assume she's just gonna use Anakin's.
that bothers me. She needs to make her own.
Yeah, that
She
that
really
that.
she needs to make her own. I don't care about that lightsaber being in every trilogy. It's already been in this trilogy. I don't know. Like I really don't care about it that much. And I love Anakin Skywalker. So like that's the thing. Like I love Anakin Skywalker. I don't care about her using it. I don't want her to. I want her to have her own. I feel like that's a pretty important thing to have your own. Having your own lightsaber is a pretty big deal. Like building one and it being a reflection of you.
I would be cool if she uses the crystal. That'd be cool.
That would be fine too.
And what if I like change the white or something?
Either I don't care if she uses the same hilt, changes the color, and it's a white blade, a purple blade, whatever. But I would like her to make her own, and I think it'd be really appropriate for her to have a double. a saber staff. It makes sense because she has the staff, which she still has, by the way. Her staff. I don't get why she still has that.
Maybe she's gonna attach the lightsaber to it.
That would actually be interesting. I highly doubt it, but that would be interesting to use it in like a force pike type way. Also, I think Phasma's weapon, I hope it has some electricity or something to it, because is she just gonna fight with a metal stick?
Against an electric object.
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, clearly, I feel like it's gonna be like a Magna Guard style thing where it clearly has, or like a force pike that the Emperor's guards use, where it has some type of force imbued power or like electric power, not necessarily like I'm gonna tase you, but something. It's not just a metal stick. There's more to it than that. There better be. Either way, I'm excited.
Yeah, there's like a lot. I got theories in my head, but I feel like we gotta save that for a later date of like how we
Yes,
think the
we
movie's
are
gonna
totally
sound.
going to do a full-out prediction and our own dream version of the
Good old
movie
fan
before
fiction.
the movie comes out. So I'm excited, not to say the less. I think that's pretty much it. Check us out on Twitter at Nerdy Geek Talk, and also me at Eric Crowbar. You can also find Darth Forge, John at Darth Forge on Twitter. Links for all those are in the description below. I'm not even going to give yours out because you don't use it.
Excuse me. I would like to end this podcast as necessary. We have to try and make the porg noise.
I don't.
Let me grab my cat for this.
Oh my god. I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like
Do
that's
something.
dangerous.
Make a noise.
Are you talking to your cat? Is your cat doing nothing?
I'll hold him right up to the freaking laptop and he shuts up. This is the only time he shuts up.
Just hit him. Please don't hit your cat. You were closer than me.
I'm
I,
like Smeagol.
but I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay with the porg noise. And like I think it's funny that they're kind of just like giving up on BB-8. I think it seems like that. Like they're not going for BB-8 to be the cute factor anymore. They are totally going for the porgs. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I I don't hate BB-8. Like I like BB-8, but I just didn't care about BB-8 that much.
But
He had a funny moment,
porgs.
but what?
But if he teams up with the porgs,
Oh my goodness, they'd be unstoppable. That's the real.
He-
That's gonna be
really
Rey and
love
Kylo's army. It's gonna be Rey, Kylo with
porgs
BB-8
and
and
freaking
Porgs,
BB-8.
and they're just gonna wipe out the First Order and the Resistance. Adam and Eve crap.
We will form the Second Galactic Empire.
Man, I'm excited certainly. But either way, that's about it for this. So, thanks for
I
watching.
just have a rant.